Welcome back to another round at Sweet Shots. Lucas Johnson alongside Nick Johnson, Mark Johnson, Chuck Johnson. We're all back. We're here. We're ready to go. Chuck, it's great to have you.
Thanks.
Have you
Good to be back.
Nick,
Yeah.
back to both of you guys traveling. Back from the old Sin City, the old Vegas trip.
Vegas.
Did you get any luck on sports betting? Did you put any in there?
We did every day, but never hit.
No.
We did
Nothing.
MLB parlay bets and nope.
I don't know enough about MLB to.
Yeah, we didn't really
Comfort.
either. We kind of just
It's just fun
went
to
with our gut.
root for a team.
Didn't hit anything.
Yeah, it didn't pan out.
No.
That's what's tough, though. You got guys that are analytics and they're just grinding on these numbers. So it comes down to luck for people that are just going to
Yeah.
play for fun.
Yeah, we were doing small bets, like $5 for 7-leg parlays just to hit for a couple hundred, and
Nothing
won.
got through.
No.
Yeah.
No.
How about
There's always next time.
is this the first visit where you didn't go to either a Raiders football game or a Knights hockey game? Not the first visit, but you
One of
usually
them,
like to
yeah.
parlay
Right.
a big game.
Lakers game. We did the Lakers last
Yeah,
time.
done Vikings
Yeah. Couple
regular
times.
season or preseason.
Yeah. No, that was no event.
Was it hot enough?
109.
Holy cow.
Yep.
You stay inside most of the time.
Yeah. Had about 3 hours of sun on Saturday, and that was too much.
Yeah.
I was like,
Sit
okay.
in the lazy river for 3 hours doing laps.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it was hot. I think UV was like 9 or 10 until 6 p.m. So it was like wear
Don't go
extra
outside.
protective
Yeah.
sunscreen
Holy
until then.
cow.
But
That's plenty. Well, how about that? Did you watch much of the U.S. Open? Did you get to?
It was
see
on
it?
in the background and
Yep.
able to keep tabs on it.
Saturday we watched quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. I would say this was some of the most exciting golf to watch.
Yeah.
Just to sit down and watch. And Mark, if you're talking it's like Sunday, you're like, I'm watching this golf tournament. I'm sitting here
Yep.
watching.
I made it a point from probably an hour before the leaders teed off until the leaders. I was locked in.
Yeah. I was Saturday, Sunday, I was locked in. I didn't move a lick. Just trying to soak it all in. I just think Pinehurst is such a great venue for US Open golf. Like that style of golf. You just see the creative side come out of the pros. It's not one dimensional with like hit ball far, hit a wedge, whether you're in the fairway or the rough. I mean, the one that comes to mind, like Sahith Theegala hit like a 5-iron bump and run from behind the green around the lip of the bunker and made it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like it's just fun to watch the creativity level from these guys. You just don't see it every day. I think that's why I like the U.S. Open more because it's going to beat you up.
Sure.
Everything's going to beat you up.
And these greens were push-up. They call them push-up greens, so they're all elevated. And it has to just drive the players crazy, right? It looks like a good shot. It just either came in too low and didn't hold, and all of a sudden it's rolling off to these
the back.
collection areas. Just
By the time you put your club away, your ball rolled another 15 feet and it might be off the green and it's in the wrong spot. And I did have to laugh a little bit because I know Emily was watching with me, and by Saturday, Sunday, they stopped watering. So it got kind of baked out, and she's like, this course looks ugly.
yeah.
Just to the people that don't watch it or understand it, like that condition of golf, like making it firm and fast, that's what you have to do. But yeah, it doesn't look the prettiest. But
It did play a little, not easier, but the scores were lower than we thought it when we were kind of thinking even par, by
yeah, winner
Sunday.
We guessed the
500.
cut number about right.
We did.
I think we were on the cut number +5.
Yeah.
But
But some of those players on the top of the leaderboard were able to kind of sit up there or stay lower than we thought.
I thought it ended with maybe 6 players under par.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds right. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're ever going to guess or want to know the score, you guys know Johnson Wagner. If you watched his
Yes.
content,
Oh, it's
my God.
hilarious.
He's 2 for 2 on winning scores in major championships.
Is that right?
On PGA Championship and U.S. Open, he called 20 under at Valhalla and 5 under here.
Oh, wow.
He's 2 for 2. So if you ever want to know
Well, it
the
was 6
score,
under here.
it was 5. 6. 6 under. He
Thanks.
said 6
I'm looking
under.
right
Sorry.
at it. And then it was 8 players were under par.
8 players.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's 2 for 2 on calling. That guy, he's fun to watch. I'll watch the post game stuff just to see what he's doing next. And his walk and talks before, he walked with like Cam Smith, talked about wedges with Cam Smith. He talked about driver. He did a walk and talk with Bryson too beforehand. Talked about his clubs and his 3D print and what he did with the his irons and the bulge that he has, and then he just recreates the shots.
Did you
It's
see him
just-
recreate the bunker shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, not
the
spoiler.
dark.
Obviously, Bryson wins on an amazing bunker shot from 55
Right.
yards away, which ironically he says in his bio is the scariest shot he ever hits. Like he hates hitting those 60-yard bunker shots. Hits it to 4 feet,
Yeah.
makes it for par. And Johnson Wag, that video was great. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that video is just so funny. He's out there. He's like, I hate this shot. I'm going to hit it. I'm pretty sure I just hit the clubhouse. And here comes Bryson. That I will say Bryson this week made me a fan.
Yeah. What I saw, that was fun to see with the
Yeah.
fan interaction.
Yep.
He's had a whole transformation.
Yeah.
Did you hear how he explained that?
I didn't hear how he explained it. No.
Yeah. In his interview, somebody asked him that, and he said a couple of years ago he surrounded himself with different people, and he really did had some positive affirmation from people around him, and I think in the past he's had some people that weren't real positive people. So if you got a negative Nelly in your ear all the time, you're probably going to be a different
little
person than
pouty,
positive.
yeah.
He also said that his teammates on Live had an impact on him. Paul Casey,
Yeah.
who's a positive person. Charles Howell is a positive person. And he said that, I've learned to like myself and respect myself first. It was really kind of eye-opening. I know some of the media is saying this is all an act, but he seems pretty genuine.
That was what struck me is everything he did was very genuine, and then it was for the fans. Whether it was
Yeah.
I remember at the Masters or it was somewhere, maybe it wasn't Masters, but I asked Bubba Watson for an autograph during a practice round, and he said no. And I understand it's commonplace, but I'm a kid and I got a flag out, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll hang on to it. But he was doing that during the practice round. If someone asked him for an autograph during the practice round, he'd stop, he'd sign it, and he'd keep going.
Mhm.
He's giving high fives between holes. It seemed very genuine. He was very much a fan orientated.
Well, he brought the cup
Agreed.
around for everybody to touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
on the Tonight Show last night too, and he brought the cup out.
And the Today Show. He's got both of them covered.
Yeah,
The Today Show and the Tonight. But I think it was very. I don't think it's an act. I think he's just really turned it around where he seems genuinely more happy than when he was on the PGA Tour, and I wonder if that's like between him and Dustin Johnson. I want to say are probably the two that went to Live that probably are okay with their decision the most. Or like happy with their decision the most. Just with. DJ just never cared to begin with, so now
Right.
he's getting paid a boatload of money to just sit at home and
Be mediocre.
be mediocre. That he's fine with that. And then Bryson's he's making a boatload of money playing good golf and having a grand old time. YouTube content king. This guy.
Yeah, and he's surrounded himself with people that are. He said they've continued to push me.
Yeah.
They're like, nope. He goes, I hit kind of rock bottom a couple of years ago. He said my golf swing was bad, putting was bad. And they said, keep doing what you're doing. You're a talented player. Keep doing what you're doing. And he designs his own clubs. How about, he replaced his driver head before
Yeah.
the round of golf.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Unscrewed it, put a new one on there, and it sounded like his driver head that he replaced flattened out too much. Like the face. He hit one too many golf balls, so it flattened out. So he wasn't getting the numbers that he wanted. But then he's like, I probably shouldn't have switched drivers because that driver needs like 50 to 60 swings to basically break it in.
oh wow.
And he's like, I didn't get that.
I'm surprised that he doesn't have a backup ready to go that has the 50 to
That
60.
already.
Yeah, it's already
Let's go.
broken
Done.
in.
And then it's like, it's my go-to. With the way he does everything, he's checking golf balls for centeredness.
Yeah, he's got
Did you
salty
see-
balls.
Yeah, overnight.
That's
he
a thing?
leaves
Epsom
Salty
salt.
balls, yeah. Drops them
Well-
in there, and then the heavy side floats to the bottom. So then you know it's basically to make sure his golf ball is perfectly round.
Sure.
So that he only plays the round golf ball.
We used to do that back in college, test them. You'd put them in a glass, and then you dot
The
top. Yeah. We didn't have the luxury of just throwing away the balls that weren't perfectly round, but you could.
Right.
But
So-
that's a deal. I think Hogan did that back in the day.
Yeah, so my question is, so you dot the top, so now are you playing with the dot on the side so that you're always going on the round side? Or do you hit the dot it seems to me like if you hit it with the heavy side, it would bounce.
We treated it like the mud. You know, if
Okay.
if the dot's on the right side, if the mud's on the right side, it's curving left. Yeah.
What about when you're putting?
Yeah, you want it end over end is
End
what we
over-
were thinking.
okay.
Wow. I never knew.
Mhm.
That was the thing.
But most balls were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays, I mean, there's more of a process to make sure they're round. I think he even said as much. He's just like, now I don't have to do it; my manager does it. So, he is a character to watch. I think it's. But I also saw the point where to us now he's tolerable because we don't see him every week and we don't get
Yeah.
his antics every week.
Sure.
Well, that was the thing. I saw a tweet, and it was like someone has to study how Bryson was able to go to live, steal $200 million for them, and become more liked on the PGA
On the
Tour.
PGA Tour.
Yeah. Great point.
Yeah, I mean I think he's got a lot of good things coming for him, and obviously playing some really really good golf. But I think another big story was Rory. I mean that's how you came down to the wire. He was making a push. I even texted you. I said, hey, if you find an outright bet on Rory, put some money. I felt confident. I thought it was his tournament to win. He was. We talked about it, Mark.
He
too.
should have won
was-
that.
He was the better player that week.
Yep.
Especially you look at Bryson hit like what 6 fairways or something like
He
that.
did not drive it well.
No.
Bryson. He got very fortunate, and part of golf is luck. But it seemed like he always came up roses in the rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, Rory hit the wrong club on what is that? 17, the par 3, 16,
17.
17. He just flat out hit the wrong club. He hit like 7-iron and it went over the green. You know you can't go long there. So now he's in the junk long. You got to be short, and he just hit like this low cut instead of this high towering shot that Bryson did. Bryson hits it higher, softer. That's where he was a little better off. But yeah, I think obviously not exactly the way that you want to lose or win a golf tournament was to watch him go bogey 3 of the last
Yeah, I was
4.
going to say 3
Three of the
or
last 4. 15, there's the par 3 that he bogeyed.
Yeah.
Wow.
15.
But he poured in, I mean, he
putts.
made great putts. He made 4 birdies in 5 holes.
Right. Yeah, he put the
9
pressure on.
through- Yeah.
Put the pressure on hard, and then he made a great bogey or birdie on like 13. They moved it up so it was drivable. He drove the ball really well. But yeah, it's like we had mentioned. I can't imagine how he was feeling. I went bogey to sweat out the cut line. I was feeling terrible at my last tournament. And he goes bogeys 3 of his last 4 to lose the U.S. Open and misses 2 putts inside 5 feet, one of which was inside 3 feet. I believe he was like 394 for 394 also.
496.
Is that what it was? 496 for 496 all season
This year.
inside 3 feet
Is that right?
until that putt on 18.
Not on 18.
On
No, that was the one that he missed on 15. On
Six. That was 16.
17? They were both so short.
That was 16.
17, he made par.
He parred 17. That was 16.
Yep.
And then 18 was like a 3.5 foot.
And you know they were analyzing the guy that's on the Golf Channel from Ireland. He does a nice job too. He kind of counters Brandel Chambly. Brandel can get a little Brandelish,
Yeah.
but he thought that it looked like on 18, he just misread that. Looked like the ball started on line.
Yeah.
And it just really snapped. I mean, that thing
It
really
did. He was
broke.
already playing like at least 8 inches of break left of the hole.
Wow.
And then I did see too, like, and Rory admits this, like he lifts his putter. He only hits the top half of the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like sometimes he almost misses the golf ball. So if that's the case too, you're going to get some funky rolls. But we can sit here and dissect it all. But yeah, I mean, he hightailed it out of there. I think his jet was in the air before Bryson's first interview was done. That's how fast he got out of.
yeah, I
out
don't
of
think he
there.
said anything to anyone.
No.
Denied interviews
The
and drove out.
Netflix crew was following him around, so that's for Full Swing. That'd be interesting.
Pretty good.
Well, what's too bad with everything that Rory has taken on the last couple of years with Liv, I just felt like in golf doesn't owe you anything, but
Right.
he deserved to win that.
That certainly looked like one where he was positioned because it's been over like 3,000, almost 4,000 days since his last major in like 2014 or whatever it was. Here's my question. I saw this little hot take question more so for Mark and Chuck, not so much for me and Nick because we weren't there. But would you say that Rory has become like this generation's Greg Norman when it comes to recent major championships and just, I guess, golf in general, where like he's always a favorite, but when it comes down to it, he's just never able to
Get it done.
get it done. And then you got the track record. You got the track record at Augusta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
Pretty good.
Interesting question.
Do you have a reply for that? Because I do.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Well, Norman had crazy things happen to him to lose. I mean, at Bay Hill, he had the guy hole out from about 170 yards.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Larry Mize chips in a playoff at Augusta from an impossible spot right on 11. In 86, Norman had that tournament won. He bogeyed the 18th hole, but if Nicholas doesn't do what he does that day, Norman wins that tournament. Norman did completely melt down at Augusta that one year where Faldo came from nowhere and won. There's a little bit. I saw a stat where he's probably more similar to Arnold Palmer.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, their records and their runner-ups at U.S. Opens and stuff. Arnie kind of did that early, won early, and then went a long period of time without winning anything for a while. So I don't know. It's the fields are so deep now.
Right.
Anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you articulated that very well, Mark. I just remember when Greg was at his prime, he should have been winning, but things were happening to him. Where it's like, what? Larry just did that?
Sounds so bad.
So, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
He was always there, though. Greg was an unbelievable player.
Yeah. No, it's interesting thing. I really think Rory, you talk about like the longevity of his game. Like we said, it's been 2014 since his last major, and back then we were talking about how good his game was. We're still talking about how good his game was. It's kind of scary how long that kind of compounds, and we're still talking about it. You got the Open. He's taking time off now. He's going to go play a Scottish Open and then the Open Championship. So he's not playing the Travelers in between. So you would think he's going to try and get the ship righted a little bit here, and hopefully find something. I think he's going to be around for a long time. We're still going to be talking about him until he.
Well, obviously he's got the game still. It's just mentally is he.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's all there was. Yep. I mean, like Mark was saying, it might have just been a bad read on 18.
Yep.
You could just get the sense it looked like he was a little slower in his routine on 18, where he was just standing over it a little longer. So I've been there. We've all been there when you just a little doubt creeps in there. And then how about out of left field, all of a sudden Scotty Scheffler starts struggling.
Where did he end up?
Plus 8.
I want to say plus 8. But 5 over makes a cut on the number, which is very fortunate. It's been like 600 days since he's missed a cut.
Wow.
So talk about, our predictions from last week were not close.
Well, you had to look at Scotty, just the way he's
I think
playing,
everyone
coming
has.
off Memorial,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You wonder how they're spent, mentally when you're grinding at a tough course like Memorial, because they went straight from Memorial to the Open,
He
right?
had never seen Pinehurst until the Monday before when he came from Memorial.
And he putted. He might have been worst in the field that made the cut as
For
far as
putting?
putting. He made nothing.
And then his
Nothing.
driver just got a little squirrely too. I mean, he was in the junk a lot, and just he can't hold a green. And then if your putting's bad, I mean, now your bogeys are going to happen fast and furious. So he did cost me a little bit of
Little dough.
little bit of my bets.
Well, he got a
somewhere.
haircut. He got a haircut from the
wrong-
barber at
the wrong
Pinehurst.
Pinehurst.
Barber.
A lot of players did. It was like
terrible
tradition
play.
out there. Seems like.
Well, he better have a chat with Ivan.
Yeah, seriously.
Rumor is, I have had a conversation with our inside source out of Dallas. He's going to get the straight skinny from Ivan. And Ivan, I guess, did text Scotty.
Really?
And
I need to know that
and
conversation.
said that's karma. So,
no way.
yeah. Well, according to Scrappy Back Bob Knudsen. So he's going to get more information
karma.
for us from Ivan the barber.
That's good. We need it. Yeah, you got to figure that out. You can't just be going around getting
No.
cuts from just any Joe Schmo.
You won't do that again.
And it was,
Learned his lesson.
he got shaved like
Oh yeah,
He's going to
You
get sunburned
could
on
see
those areas.
The tan lines were vicious.
Reminded me of the Heine cut Dad would
Yeah.
give us when times were tough.
Yep.
They couldn't pay for the barber. He'd
Yep.
get
Come
you
to the
in
kitchen.
Yep. Hold still.
Just buzz you.
Yep. I would think Scotty could afford to fly back to Dallas and have
Or
Ivan.
bring Ivan.
Did he really
bring
need
Ivan.
a,
Yeah, ship
fly
Ivan
Ivan
out
out
there.
Did he really need a haircut that badly
Right.
though?
Right. I don't know.
That badly? I don't think so. It was a haircut though. But yeah, I mean that's then you got Tiger that misses the cut as well. So big names that miss the cut, but it is Pinehurst, and that's just if you're out of position and your game's not there. I do think Tiger is going to be a 4 tournament or a 5 tournament. We'll give him the hero, maybe the Genesis, but 4 to 6 tournaments a year. He'll play the majors if he gets into them.
He didn't embarrass himself.
No, he was
fine.
He was fine. I just don't think his game's necessarily in the place where can compete. He was talking about competing this week, and he was up there for. I did laugh Thursday morning. I got up bright and early to watch. Turn on the TV. Number 1, first place, Tiger Woods, 1 under par through 1. It was like
Hey.
everybody else was either not teed off or on 1, and it was Tiger
Okay.
Woods. So I did laugh a little bit there.
He
So
he had good looks the last 4 or 5 holes to make the cut, and his putts didn't fall.
he couldn't get. He was burning a lot of edges.
He missed by 2, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. So he
All right,
was
that's
he was fine.
respectable.
How about Oberg? Ludwig.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, he was on fire.
He was on fire. I texted you that he caused me pain too. We'll get into some of the bets, but yeah, I was gonna hit a big one, and then he makes a triple, and I missed the bet by 2. And
Had to,
yep,
he
just had to
double
make
pushed
sure.
your bet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. That was gonna be my biggest one in a while, and he makes triple. But I was so high on him. He was a machine. He was just fairway green, fairway green, fairway green, and he was doing it the way like if you drew up a plan to play on Augusta or to play Pinehurst, where you play away from the pins, you play the center greens, you play to the flat parts, and you just 2-putt. You take your par and you walk on, and maybe it's a happy accident. You make right. He was doing that. And then all of a sudden, Saturday came along, or what was it? Friday, Saturday. Anyway, Saturday, and he starts missing fairways, and then he starts going at some pins. And now all of a sudden, he's playing ping pong in the bunkers, and he's making triples. It's like, what? Where did this come from? But again, it's his only. I think he was the first person to hold a 36-hole lead in their U.S. Open debut since like 1958 or something
Wow.
like that.
Impressive.
So certainly no slouch. And I think he got it. Did he get it back to even?
No, he ended
No.
up plus 1.
+1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
made
he-
2 triples. He made a triple on 13 on Saturday. And he made a triple on 3 on Sunday. 2.
Ouch.
Triple on 2. So a couple triples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looks so solid. That guy, he will win a major.
Oh yeah.
100%. He's going to win a lot, I think. He's just got it. But same thing we talked about at the Masters. He just got a little bit of an inexperience, especially around there.
How about Koepka walking off the golf course after day 1, Thursday? Didn't go to the media tent, didn't do anything. Did you hear about?
No.
Yeah,
so
he
then a
texted.
guy that's a buddy of his that's in the media, a friend, a person that knows him a
No,
little
it was-
better than
it was
other
Golf
media.
Channel.
I don't know who it was.
It was Golf Channel. It was like even
texted.
lunch or whatever. The same guy, Irish guy.
Ends up texting him and kind of did a text interview. And he said, why would I want to sit around and listen to boring questions? Listen to dumb
He said
questions.
it's the same questions
It's the
every
same
time.
questions,
I don't
boring.
need to answer all
Then,
that.
then he's like, then the interviewer said, well, what would be an interesting question? And then Brooks said, like, how is the different grass affecting play this year versus in the past? And the guy commented, like, you think that's an interesting question? That's not an interesting question.
I don't think he was prepared to get the answer. It's just interesting because like Brooks will do that. They harp on Brooks to do that. Rory does it after the final round, and I'm fine in both instances. I'm fine. Nobody's making them talk to the media. If you have a bad day, you don't have to talk to the media. And Rory, obviously, like we talked about, is crushing the way that he lost that tournament. Like
Yeah.
nobody wants to lose a tournament. No, barely anybody wants to win a tournament like that. Like even Bryson said, he said, you don't watch that. But it's two different stories where Brooks does it and he's a villain. Rory does it. It's like, okay, some people say he's a villain, but some people are like, well, no, it's okay. It's fine. You know, he gets
I think
worked
some
up,
people
but
are saying Brooks is okay that he didn't do that.
I think it's
I don't
fine in
see your
both cases.
point. Did
I
Brooks-
think it's fine in both cases. It sounds like you're
Yeah.
getting a little harsh on him, but
Well, I think Thursday of a tournament to take that stance is a little. I can understand it more after a Sunday where
Yeah.
you're, something happened, but Thursday and he played fine. It was like,
That's what I was going to ask. What did he shoot? Was he?
he
Chop.
was like even-ish.
yeah,
He make the cut.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's just you know, he shot 70. He shot even.
Yeah.
He did bogey 4 of his last 6, but that might have something to do with
Yeah,
it.
that probably.
He's just that's his brand though. It's the tough
fine
guy.
with it.
I don't need to
Whatever.
talk to anybody. Why would I talk to you? It's the eye rolls. That's just his brand. That doesn't surprise me. The Rory one surprises me a little bit, but he's just so worked up that you give it.
I thought Rory
Universe.
made a statement that he's regretted not sticking around.
Yeah, I think he
thought that
posted.
I did see
put a
his
statement out.
Yeah, I did see
He
that.
gave Desham his flowers and
Yep.
congratulated him. But
Mhm.
well, because where was it that Desham came runner up a couple weeks ago?
It's
Well,
a
he was
PGA.
a runner up at the PGA,
and
yeah.
he stuck around and congratulated
Oh,
Xander. So I think that was the big thing. That was like Rory couldn't stick around, but
sure.
Bryson.
I don't
was
think
able
Rory would have stuck around anyway, even if he.
to. Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, that's yeah, it was a good week of golf. Great week of golf. I think that's tournament. I for what I had on the line, I made it awesome to watch. It was just good, entertaining golf down the stretch. Things just kept going, bouncing back and forth. I think we both, Mark and I, our jaw dropped when we were watching. They both missed short putts. Rory was like on whatever it was, 16, and Bryson was on 15. They both missed short putts. It was like, what is going on? And so it's just carnage. But that's what we wanted. But yeah, I had a couple. I did have one. My Sunday bet hit, but Underdog figured out my strategy.
They're on to the LJ strategy.
Yeah. So you know how I would always pick like the boost, the multiplier,
mm-hmm.
and then if you miss a couple of them, or if you miss one of them, you still get the payout. Like say it goes from a 5 times payout to 20 times payout if you get one wrong.
Mhm.
So now, in order for you to get that 20 times, your scorcher has to hit, and then one of the other ones has to miss. And so the scorcher, I had Scotty Scheffler sneaking into the top 10 as a multiplier.
Okay.
And then I hit scores for Hideki, Rory, and Bryson. Yeah. And I just got the payout for, like, I won $15 off $10 because it was like, I didn't get the boost, you know. It was going to be like $78. I was licking my chops, and they're like, here you go.
They're on
Like,
to you,
all right,
LJ.
They are.
They
So
had to
now I got to
adjust their
change
formula.
I got to change my strategy
Brands.
again. But how about this? I got 3 of the best bets I found this week, and I sent one of them to you guys. We'll start on that one, or no, we won't start. So after Thursday, this is one of the best bets I saw. After Thursday, someone had the first round leader of Patrick Cantlay. Okay, they put $80,000 on Patrick Cantlay to be first round leader.
What?
They won $1.1 million.
$80,000?
They had to have some inside scoop. Why are you picking Patrick Cantlay?
No doubt. He's done
sleep-
nothing. Like
just on a Thursday.
$80K.
Ugh.
So then the one that I sent you, which was probably the most impressive one, was the 15 leg
Yeah.
parlay where he had matchups. So it was like Cam Smith versus Kuchar, it was Bryson versus Oberg, et cetera, et cetera. Better score. $5 hits all of them, wins $60,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good for that guy.
That's
That'd be a
awesome.
Crazy feeling.
What a hit, dude!
Yeah.
Can you imagine coming down to the last one and you're just, what are you? I'm throwing something. I don't know what it is. I'm freaking out.
Was that at the Saturday bet, or was that a Friday bet?
That was right, because
I want to say it's Friday. Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say if it was Saturday, that Ludwig triple would
guy,
have helped a
that
lot.
would have helped a lot. No, I'm pretty sure it was Friday.
it was and that motivated you and I to do a 15
Baseball.
MLB parlay.
Yeah.
We thought, let's do that.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Didn't work out, huh?
No.
So then the last one that I had, the third best bet of the week, better than any that I had. We had someone picked every outright major winner up until this point. They didn't do the Open Champion. Every outright major winner, just a silly little $1 bet. They picked them all correct. Scheffler, Xander, Bryson. $1 wins $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a nice.
They
pick.
didn't go for the Open?
No, nobody. They didn't bet on the Open. So
So it hit.
$1 for $6,000.
Nice.
Wow,
That's a good
pretty
feeling.
I'd say.
Why not for $1? But how are you picking
Yeah.
the outright winner? I mean, that's so.
We were talking like
I would've
okay,
just gone
Scheffler was a
Scheffler,
no-brainer
Scheffler,
for the Masters. But then how do you pick
Xander
Xander
is
for the
number one.
PGA
Yeah.
before the Masters? So you can't pick it after the Masters when he's having a good season. And then Bryson, like, yes, he hits it a long way, but you would have to assume that he needs to be chipping well enough to be around this. So they're again like, okay, yeah, maybe coming after PGA, yeah, let's throw. But to do it all before all the majors,
You know, for $1, is there a chance that this said individual knew Scotty's such a lock on Masters? So
Yeah.
you go him, and then you do 4 or 5
Sure.
guys
Rotation.
Yeah.
at next, and 4 or 5 here, and you're maybe $50
Open.
in, and
yeah,
hope
and
to
you
hit
just
it.
get lucky. That's probably what it's the
Maybe.
DraftKings strategy,
Yeah.
right? You find your anchor that you like.
Yep.
And yeah, for $1, you're putting
Building on
20
it.
bets on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to do
Why
it.
didn't we do that? I could do
I
that.
think next year we just do Chef all 4.
That's what I was saying.
He had better odds to
That's
win
right.
all
Yeah,
4
he did, that's right.
than Sam Burns did to win just the PGA.
That's insane.
How crazy is that?
That's nuts.
So
Well, that's like the bet of Bryson finishing in the top 10 in all 4 majors. Dechamp's done that so far.
yeah,
yes.
Top
six, second, and first.
Did you see somebody make that bet?
No, I haven't seen anyone make the Deschamps bet.
No, I mean I think
But that would have paid out way better than.
that would have paid out really good. All top 10 and everything. I do think, yeah. So his major finish, it kind of leads right into this. So they released the U.S. Olympic team
Okay.
rosters,
hmm
and I thought it was every country gets 4 players, but you're saying, Nick, that it's not that case.
It's just the U.S.
What?
Just the U.S. has 4 players.
Every other country has 2.
Is this
What's
real?
the justification? Can you explain that?
Yeah, let me look again.
And did I see Xander, Deschamps?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Scheffler, Xander, Morikawa, and Wyndham Clark.
interesting.
And it's all based off of the world golf rankings, which I think that's your
Yeah.
first mistake.
That's a big flaw.
And then
It was countries get more picks based on where their countrymen are on the OWGR.
so that just still doesn't make sense because you wouldn't go like your first 4 in the top 100.
Well, the problem is the format's individual, but yet they're playing for their country. So if they're gonna create teams, quote under quotes, right? It's and they're doing enough
World rankings.
world rankings. So if Scotland had 4 players in the top 10 world rank, they're getting in the field. They have 4 players, but they're playing as individuals. So just because we have 4 doesn't mean our team score is going to be better
it's
because
not
there's no
gonna be-
team score.
It's all
But we've
individual.
just doubled the chances of
Right.
We're going to win.
of having an
The-
American win. The format's flawed. I think you
isn't-
mentioned it. We have players that don't care to play for their country. That was exhibited
That's what we were
in the
talking
Ryder
about
Cup.
before. It's like because it came up because, and Chuck, tell me what you think. We were talking about it a little bit, but so we were talking about the selection's flawed because it's individual, but it just feels like the whole golf in the Olympics just got thrown together. It's just like here's a tournament. We'll invite whoever. But I think if you go, here's a team format, almost like a live style, right? Here's a team format, and then you get an individual champion, and you get a chance to represent your country.
Sure.
And then we were saying, like, you get a better selection, and now we're talking about you're leaving Bryson at home because it's all world rankings. And then you get, what was my other point? I just lost it.
I don't know.
Okay.
Those are good points.
But-
though.
Oh, the guys that don't care to be there. I mean, like you got Morikawa and Xander and Wyndham to an extent, all shown at the Ryder Cup that they don't necessarily care for playing for the United States of America, in a sense, right? And all these other sports in the Olympics have Olympic trials to get into it.
Mhm.
And I recommended, hey, let's have an Olympic trial for the United States. Every country can do this. And then you're getting guys that want to show up and play. Maybe have it open to amateurs too. I don't know if in the Olympics you have to be a professional
I
in
don't
any
know.
sport. I don't know if it's any sport. If amateurs
I
can
don't know.
do it as well.
Sport by sport.
The
Yeah,
problem
so-
with the qualifier is a 1 day qualifier, you're not going to, if you did allow amateurs, you're not going to get your best players because anybody could play well on 1 day.
Right. Yeah.
And to have multiple day qualifier for tour players, it's really hard for them to squeeze that into their schedule. So, but off World of Golf rankings, I mean, I threw out if you win a major in the calendar year of the Olympics and you're an American, you should probably be on the team.
Yeah. I
So
can
this-
get behind that too.
Yeah.
I can read it right here. It says, based on the Olympic qualification process, the top 15 golfers in the OWGR are eligible for the games with a maximum of 4 players eligible from a single country. Scheffler is currently ranked number 1. Schauffele is number 3. Wyndham Clark's number 5. And Morikawa is number 7. They're the 4 highest ranked U.S. players in the OWGR. As of Monday, Deschamps is number 10, and he is a member of Live Golf, meaning he does not receive points for those events going towards the OWGR.
They got to figure that out.
They got to
Yeah, they
figure
do.
that out because you look at Bryson, we just talked about T6, second, first.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I'm fine with Xander and Scotty and Morikawa to an extent. The one person I would leave Wyndham at home.
Agreed.
And no brainer. And you look at just performance in majors. If we're going off majors, miscut, T56 this last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he playing his best golf right
No.
now? And he's going to go play. Granted, it's August. It's like August 1st to the 4th.
Yep.
But
I'm with you.
Yeah.
How
2
about
months
was
to
it?
get your game in check now.
true.
How about was it the last Olympics where one of the Kims, we'll go Siwoo, perhaps, didn't he have to get a medal to
Yes.
avoid having to serve
It
for
was
his country?
Sung J M.
Sungjae.
Was it Sanjay?
Yeah. You had to have a medal.
How about
to
that
avoid-
pressure? You better finish top 3.
It happened to who was it? He
yeah,
was a
there
young kid. He was up and coming, and then
Yeah.
he needed mandatory military service. I don't even think at that time he was able to win a medal because it wasn't in the Olympics.
Yes.
And so then he just dropped off the face of golf because he had to go serve in the military.
I don't
There you
think
go.
Sung J placed top 3.
No, but he did at another. He went to go play like the Asia Games or something like that.
and he was able to qualify.
And he got one. He got a medal there, and then
Are you saying
was
he
like-
still owes
Wow, yeah, he's got to serve his country.
serve country?
But how? Yeah, the pressure of that.
yeah, where it's
Whole
like
career down the
mandatory
drain if I don't.
mandatory
I
2
don't
years off. You're not
medal
playing
here.
any golf in that.
That's
in that
crazy.
time span.
Yeah.
No, it's the Olympics. I think could be fixed. I feel like it'd be an easy fix if they just got somebody. It feels like somebody that hasn't run a golf tournament before is running a golf tournament, like the Olympic Committee kind of thing, where it's just like I think it could be an easy fix in the sense that we could have a team contest and an individual
I like it.
contest that represents the country a little better.
Yep.
But I
That'd be
can
fun to
also-
watch.
yeah.
That'd make it fun to watch.
Right? I'm still gonna watch.
Well, me too, but I think it'd be more
So
fun.
is it? It's a 4-day, just normal,
Yep, stroke play.
no cut, or is it
That's a good
Do we
question.
know?
I
No
actually
cut.
don't. No cut.
probably not?
No, I'm just speculating. They probably haven't. They probably didn't do a team concept because. So if it's 6 players, count 4 like a
yeah.
high school college meet, or if it's a Ryder Cup format where it's 2 players out playing, or four players, and you and I are playing best ball, and you 2 are a team playing best ball.
I don't think
For
you do
point.
that though.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think the U.S. have to have such a big advantage because of the depth of players that we have from one country.
Yeah.
Ryder Cup is a number of countries.
Right.
It'd be
Right.
tough to do a team.
True.
Unless
True.
they did like a 2, just their top 2 in every country.
But that's where I'm saying, like,
Top
if
2,
you
I could see that.
That would be the only way.
if you ran,
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too.
Because then you can still get, I mean, like you said, to your point, you can get an amateur out there who still has a great weekend, plays great. Like you
So
might
you're
be
saying
from-
open to amateurs?
How's an amateur going to get on
Yeah.
a team if it's the top 2 in the U.S.?
Well, I'm saying from like the smaller countries. If we
Oh,
open it up
sure.
to amateur, like if you're playing against,
Zimbabwe.
yeah, Vietnam, like they're going to, there's not many players on the tour. So you open it up to amateurs and they have
There
a
you
great,
go.
they qualify
Okay.
and they have a great
And that's I think
4 day
great
stretch.
experience.
Yeah,
I think you have Olympic
And they-
trials,
And they shocked the world by beating
Right.
Xander and Morikawa.
exactly. Yeah.
Love it.
that's a great thing about golf, though, because
I
you could
know.
like the depth of golf. Like we talk about it almost every like Corn Ferry. Some of the scores these guys are throwing up. Guys on, there is talent in golf. There's a deep pool of talent. But that's where I think you could have. I'm going to keep going back to like an Olympic trials of sorts. Maybe it's a tournament or whatever. But you're going to get the guys that want to be there anyway. If there's tour guys that go, no, I'm too busy. I don't need to play for the U.S. Don't play for the U.S.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Speaking of qualifying for the Olympics, I saw a 14-year-old swimmer.
Wow.
What? Really?
from
At the lake or
U.S. U.S.
Oh.
Yep, at the lake.
14 years old.
Yep. I think it's
Taking laps.
tonight is the final.
The qualifier?
So she's made it all. She's made it far enough along now. It's the last leg of the qualifying, and it's top 4, and there's 8 of them swimming. And her time was good enough to make it.
Wow.
14.
Jeez.
That's insane.
What does it
some-
take to be really good at swimming? Do you have to be like lanky, like tall and lanky,
think
so you
so,
get
yeah.
good wingspan?
I'm not an expert,
Form.
LJ, but
Be big on form.
Yeah.
what's his nuts was pretty good. That tall guy. That
Michael Phelps?
yeah.
Yeah, broad shoulders,
Yeah.
skinny waist, just
think-
long.
Katie Ledecky has a chance this Olympics to be the most
Yeah.
decorated American
That's right.
of all.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. That'll be fun. I think they start late July. Is that right? Like July 26th. Golf is until August. It goes like we're like one of the last
Oh,
events.
Yeah, probably. Forget
But
it
it's in
takes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Paris.
It's like a month of
Yeah.
games.
It's in Paris.
I always loved watching. Wake up in the morning before school, waiting for the bus. Or
Watch the-
summer. No, I was waiting for like football camps.
Yeah.
Watching Summer Olympics.
I just think it's funny how everybody, like me included, but when you watch the Olympics, everybody becomes an expert on whatever they're watching.
Yeah.
Whether it's like gymnastics, swimming,
Sand
polo, whatever it is, it's just like obviously that was a penalty. Call that. What do you mean her finger didn't touch the wall? That's on there.
Right. Right.
Everybody becomes a know-it-all.
Yeah.
I just think it's hilarious. It doesn't matter what sport you're watching either.
Is there any new sports this year?
I was just going to say that's what's kind of watered it down for me. There's
Oh, no,
there's
I
some
love it.
sports that are like
I want to see
what
the best
they're
in the
jumping
world.
around with the ribbon, and they're getting
That's been in
graded.
there for a while.
Nick was big into that.
I did like
High school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, well, wait, do you see that at Chuck E. Cheese? That's not.
That's been in there. I will say like table tennis.
Yeah, that's
Huge
crazy.
Yeah,
fan
no,
of table
that's-
tennis.
Asians always win.
Ooh, that sounds.
It's true.
They are
It's no
good.
different than
solid.
saying the U.S. is going to win golf.
Yeah, they're good.
I was forget is chess an Olympic sport now? I feel like that was
No.
a new. I'm pretty sure. Look it up.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's
sure.
LJ.
I'm pretty sure. Like even that though, I like seeing just the best in the world do it. Like if you're really good at something,
Let's
it's
have
fun
it.
to watch.
Okay.
It should be
Bowling?
a
No,
sport.
chess is not an Olympic
Chess isn't.
sport.
Oh, I
Is
thought it
bowling in
was.
there?
Dang it!
Is bowling an Olympic sport?
How about just a
Should that
list
be
of the
winter or
Olympic
summer?
sports?
Well, let me.
What bowling?
Yeah.
Summer.
Bowling is not an Olympic sport.
When do you
either.
bowl? You bowl in the winter.
Around here?
Yeah.
People are bowling right now down anywhere.
They're not downhill skiing in the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, there seems like you need one aspect to make it winter.
What do you got?
I'm looking it up.
He's searching.
Okay. I think there's some new ones that are like, what? That's unique. Okay.
I'm always fascinated by water polo.
Okay.
Like the core strength. Like I watch that. I think it's hilarious.
they're impressive.
Not hilarious, but like
Yeah.
to be able to swim, throw,
Yep.
tackle. Can you legally tackle in water?
I don't
That's
think
what I'm talking about. When I watch it, I
Yeah.
know you can't tackle.
Yeah.
And maybe you can, but that's always a good one.
Plus, you just have the element of drowning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just you
that's-
guys stay above
just
the water.
We do have a new sport.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna say the name of the sport. I had to click into it to figure out what this is. And you're gonna try to guess what this sport is.
Okay.
It's called breaking. BREAKING.
I got it.
Breaking.
Like okay, what do you think?
breaking.
I'm guessing totally here, but I think it has to do with like on TV now and like ESPN, they have these people that are just jumping around and you're trying to avoid getting caught by teams.
Tag. It's called tag.
But I
Tag.
think it's like
Okay.
tag, but I
Okay.
think breaking is a spin-off of that.
That's a good guess.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have no idea. Is it a bicycle deal where you try and stop
going.
your bike? I have no idea.
LJ, it's called tag. Well, it might be, but
That game is tag. Yeah.
It has another name.
I'm
also-
gonna go dancing.
It is breakdancing.
no way.
Breakdancing. Yeah.
Break dancing's an Olympic sport.
There will be a 2-medal event, one for men and women, with
Yes.
16 B-boys and B-girls competing. Breaking, previously featured at the 2018 Summer Youth Olympics, is now in the 2024 Olympics.
Sweet.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Breakdancing.
Break
So-
dancing.
Wasn't there another sport at the last Olympics where it was like dodgeball? but it wasn't dodgeball.
Hey,
it
we're-
was like indoor soccer, but you could use your hands.
What?
I mean,
It's
like,
called
they were-
handball. That's a
And
legit
they're
sport.
throwing
Yeah.
it hard. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
handball.
like
You never played that in gym? We play
No.
that in gym class all the time. Handball. It's
handball
awesome.
was
Handball.
racquetball.
Yeah.
So it would have started.
You mean like
in
with a
2020?
goalie?
Yep.
No, handball is like racquetball type
Ball
of
with the
deal. Yeah.
hand.
I don't see
no,
anything because
I'm-
it shows the year that it was created. All these were created. I don't see
Hmm.
anything for the only 2020 sports that was 3v3 basketball since 2020.
Is that pros?
Yeah, karate is 2020.
When that wasn't in there before.
Not the Olympics. Skateboarding, surfing, sport climbing.
Where are they surfing in Paris? I guess France. It's just got to be in
Got it.
France.
Yeah,
Wave pool? I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah, you
there's a
can make
new
wave.
sport coming to the
river.
2028 Olympics.
We got a chance, guys. What is it?
Flag football.
Yes, we do. Let's get a team going.
2028. So not this year.
Do pros play in that, or is that just an amateur field?
I don't know that.
It better be amateur. Can you
So they-
imagine Justin Jefferson going for the Olympics?
Yeah,
Just
qualify
tear
for the
blows
American
his-
team.
do they still have like women's baseball or softball? I thought they eliminated.
They
'cause
have baseball,
the U.S. women's though,
softball.
because the
They do
women
have
won
softball.
it every year.
Well, it won't be this Olympics, 2028.
Yeah.
So softball was 1996 to 2008. Then they played it in 2024 or I'm sorry, 2020. Now the next one's not until 2028,
Why?
which is really.
I think the U.S. won every
same with
every
same with
time.
baseball. It says there's no baseball this year.
What? That seems odd because, well, yeah, I remember they played it in 2020.
2020, and then
don't
it skips to 2028. It says.
they? But that one's not because the U.S. won everything.
No,
Oh, no.
Because that's more of
So-
a global.
Artistic swimming since 1984. That's one. I don't know if I've ever really watched. Croquet is still on there from 1900.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'd love to watch some croquet.
they don't televise that enough.
No, they don't.
Oh, handball.
Yeah,
Handball.
Yeah, they do have handball.
yeah. It's
But
the
it
one where
started
it's
in
like a,
so they played it in 1936 and
Well-
then stopped until 1972, and they haven't played it.
it's the one
and
that's
they've
they
been
got
playing
like
it
a
since.
3-point line. You can't step inside the
No,
3-point
they
line.
might be
to
talking
jump.
about handball, racquetball.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
No, but the one I'm thinking about is the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
But whatever that's called.
Sailing, shooting, squash in 2028. Anyone have
Squash
an
is
idea what
yeah.
that is?
Squash is it's a racket sport. It's a racket sport.
Yeah, it is.
I know
So
that
much.
one. See, I'm in, man. I love the
You
Olympics.
know the racket sports. Okay,
I took a class in high school, racket sports. We didn't
Well,
play squash.
badminton.
though.
Badminton. I was just going to ask.
badminton's on there. Yep.
Is it on
Yeah,
there?
That's
definitely.
great.
That's.
They get those things
Since
whipping.
Is that
1992.
2v2?
I wanted to get a set for the backyard, and Mom was like, "No."
They did.
We had one growing up.
It was a little
for 20 years, from 1900 to 1920. They did tug of war.
Nice.
Bring that
How many
back.
people? How many people are on a team for tug of war?
Tug of war.
Let's click into this.
Wow.
Bring it back.
A
Absolutely.
country could enter more than one club in the competition, so you could earn multiple medals. It says
Sweet.
the United States won 3 medals in 1904, so we swept.
Hmm.
The pictures. It looks like
Tug of
36
war. Who'd have
teams
thought?
teams of 5,
5. Okay.
and they had 9 players on the team for coaching.
That'd be
injuries.
so great. Like, you imagine just 2024, we're playing tug of war at the Olympics.
That's great.
Yes.
So they were doing it
See,
right
there-
before World War One.
so I think that there's been a trend to replace sports that like our ultimate win-lose. I mean, tug of war. There's not a sport that gives you either win or you lose.
They're not-
Versus
not
now
objective.
these sports quotes where they're judging how creatively you swim. It's up to a judge.
Well, it's like figure skating, but the summer version.
Yeah.
Gymnastics. I trust that.
I
I'll
do
step
like
in the
watching
judge's seat
gymnastics.
and-
Gymnastics is fun to watch.
I'd be the positive guy. I'd just give out 10s. That looked great. You didn't fall? 10.
I like watching swimming too.
Yeah,
Watching
swimming,
relays.
swimming, track
Any
and field.
race.
I like track
Yeah,
and field.
yeah.
Something to do with
Yeah.
racing.
I'm in any sport where the athlete determines if they win or lose, not judges.
You're an
Well, and I think there's a
anti-judge.
lot. It didn't. There's not
Anti-judge.
many sport. I mean, there was only like list of 25 maybe, but there's so many individual sports within or like races within the sport. Like swimming, for example, there's 20
Yeah.
races,
Yeah.
and track and field there's 20 races. You know,
Right.
so it's not just like
So where are
one
you
and
at
done.
with like horse what is it? The equine stuff,
yeah.
like where the judge judges the horse, but
Jumping
there's
over
the
the
person on
gates
the
and-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so much, right? It's also speed. They want to finish it quickly.
But you're
it's
saying because there's
also
a
on
judge that's given a score, you're like, nah.
I don't know enough about that sport.
See, I like
Yeah,
watching the horses run.
No,
That's
I'm
cool.
not saying I don't like
They could
it.
do dog
Get the
shows.
gallop
Bring
going?
They have
Yeah.
horses. Why not do the dog show? Right?
The Olympic dog show.
Yeah.
I'm just more traditionalist when it comes to the Olympics. I want to see something that is timed.
Running,
Or
swimming, and
scored.
tug of war.
We grew up in an era, Mark, where arguably some of the best, like Carl Lewis.
Yeah, 100-meter dash.
Oh.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
It's like Usain
Who
Bolt.
was the
That was
hurdler?
fair.
Moses
you
something?
got to wiggle your cord there.
Cord? Edwin Moses.
Yeah, 200-meter
Huh.
hurdle guy too, I think.
Mhm.
They dominated. Anyway,
But you got
That'll be fun. We'll keep an eye. I wonder that probably won't change if they already announced the teams, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on them
Yeah.
if someone else. And then we
I mean,
got
they
the
could-
ladies ones that's coming up next week, right?
People can drop
What do you
out,
see?
right? I mean, something can come up.
Wyndham. All right. Any final notes?
a couple local things going on around here. You got the Roger Maris All-Star
right.
Celebrity Week.
Ah, yes.
big week.
Yeah, so a lot of I heard they had over 600 kids signed up for all their different clinics, and of course
Wow.
we hosted the kickoff event here in April, kind of
Yep.
the swing training they called it, to bring attention to what they're doing this week. So if you hear this and you want to get out and support some of those events, I understand a lot of kids' events are filled, but if you want to go watch the golf, they're playing at Rose Creek, I believe Thursday, I think. The other big tournament in town, local tournament, the Red River
Amateur. Yeah.
Oh no, that's next week.
Yep.
Coming up.
Yep.
So in a week and a half, there are probably still spots available for that. I saw a post where there's like an outstanding gal playing.
Oh,
She's
I haven't seen it.
yeah, she's a collegiate player. That's yeah, very.
There's been a couple of
outstanding.
them that have played. It's fun to watch. It's a great tournament.
And is
Plus
that Mord
it's-
Country Club?
Yep,
again?
it gets televised.
Yep.
It's really cool. It's a great event. They do a really nice job. Really nice. Anything else around here? We got our junior camps, our July signups up. We're rocking and rolling with that. So July, if you need something to do then, starts after the 4th, after the week of the 4th. So kind of runs into that first week of August, but that'll be a blast. Then we just got a lot going on around here every week. I think purse bingo's now just Wednesday, right?
We got regular
bingo
every
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yep. Purse the last Wednesday.
Yep.
Music
Yeah.
on the terrace.
The terrace it's been great.
Yep.
It's been beautiful out there thanks to Galaxy Glass with all that glass up there.
Perfect.
So it's been really good. So come on out, enjoy yourself. Any final golf notes?
Well, it's not golf, but the last one is the car show
Our car show.
on
the
my
block
Nick's
party,
birthday.
the 26th, Wednesday the 26th, car show. The whole night, it's fun food, music, car show from 4 to 10 p.m. Cars can start lining up at 4 o'clock. Yeah, we went on yesterday. We did a little TV promotion yesterday morning. That was kind of fun. Talk about it. So we partner with Kingpins Next Door, and so if you know somebody that's got a classic car, or you want to come out and see some cars, listen to some music, sample some great food, that's Wednesday the 26th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Great.
is the plan. We also are giving away a year-long membership, golf and bowling, to a grand prize
Wow.
winner. You
No
got to go to
kidding.
sweetshots.com, register for that.
There you go.
Sweetshots.com
For your chance to win year-long membership, golf and bowling.
and bowling.
Who doesn't want that? Sweetshots.com for your chance to register. And then do you have to be present to win?
Ooh, I think you do for that.
I don't know.
Pop
We
quiz.
better figure that out.
Hey, let's play it safe. You got to be present.
Oh,
to
there
win.
you
I
go.
think you do. Yeah, I thought that was the discussion.
Got to be present
going
to
with
win.
it.
That's
So,
a big gift.
That
That's
is
a
big.
Big
great
prize.
gift.
I mean, yeah.
so there you have it. So year-long membership, golf and bowling. Sign up at sweetshots.com. Must be present to win. That's going to be June 26th from 4 to 10. So come on out and enjoy yourself there. That's going to do it for us here this round. Join us next time for the next round. We'll see you then.